I'm Joey. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to Kathryn Langley, I bought myself a new HD cam and microphone, so I'm playing with that, and I'm also playing with OBS Studio software because I want to get better at being able to stream at a higher level for everybody. So I'm practicing in a way, but it's also giving me a chance to look at some of these extreme storm moments and just sort of talk through them, things I'm thinking. Wow, hits the tower. Big lightning bolts. Looks like somewhere in Europe. Here's a man in Nebraska trapped in a hailstorm. Hail will smash your windows. It will completely disintegrate cars if it gets to a certain size. I mean, you can have hail at times as big as grapefruits, right? That kind of thing will destroy vehicles, houses. One of the most damaging weather events in Canadian history was a hailstorm in Calgary in the year 2010. I was there, so I know, in July, and I think it was July 12th, 2010, if I think off the top of my head, $450 million in damage. I seen while chasing storms in Alberta, people just driving into the hail core at full speed on Highway 2 southbound. Here comes a crazy gust of wind, some sort of a straight line wind, a plow wind. Doesn't have to be a tornado to do extreme damage and be extremely dangerous, you know, and those flying projectiles even, it doesn't take much getting hit in the head with something to really do damage to people. This guy's fighting his garage door. I think at this point he should be just giving up, but he's not. There goes the roof. And you see just how much hail can come down sometimes. I've been in Wells and seen like 6-8 inches of hail on the ground at the end of a hailstorm. Holy. Definitely don't want to be underneath trees during a storm because that can happen. Lightning tends to strike trees, and when trees come down, you do not want to be underneath them. All us forest firefighters get out of the woods when the trees start rocking a little bit. It kicks up fire behavior, sure, but just the damaging effect of branches hitting people in the head, widowmakers coming down. We just cannot be out in that stuff, right? And then after a major windstorm, we have to go and assess the forest again to make sure it's all safe. You got hailstones here coming down like baseballs. That's going to do a lot of, yeah, it's coming right in his windows now. Now, the last guy said you should hide under an underpass if something like this is happening. You know, but except for if a tornado comes down, the overpass is the most dangerous thing to be underneath. It'll act like a wind tunnel and just rip those winds through there. People who've taken cover under such things have paid the ultimate price sometimes. You know, so really what you want to do is be able to look for the signs of what does a hailstorm look like so that you don't go driving into it. You know, look ahead and see. And how many times I've taken other ways around to avoid what looked like the core of a storm. Take it seriously. This guy's up on his roof because he wants to protect his shed. And he's trying to... No, that was a bad idea, man. But that guy was okay, apparently. Wowzers. Stick your hand out, lightning hits it. Watch the hair on your arms. It'll rise and fall when lightning's gonna hit somewhere in your neighborhood. You know, I think economically speaking, hail is one of the most, maybe is the most destructive natural phenomenon, the most expensive one. This is Brisbane, Australia. I'm not sure if this is a tropical storm or if this is a thunderstorm, but there goes things. Batting the hatch, as they say. It's busted out his windows. They're right on the ocean there, it looks like. So that leads me to believe that maybe it's a tropical storm. The equivalent to what we think of as a hurricane. Cyclones and typhoons, they call them in other parts of the world. This video is taken in Alberta. And he's laughing about it. Wind on the summit blowing so hard. I've done this. You just lean into it. It almost looks like me, except I wouldn't wear those pants. Let me know in the comments or directly if you're one of my friends if you find videos like this interesting and helpful. Certainly it's something I can do very easily when things are slow. I'm trying to have many different kinds of videos I'm making so that I can keep this channel happening. Have multiple things going on every day. Especially when there's not much to forecast. Like BC is just looking at some really nice weather the next bunch of days. There's a high pressure sort of southeast of us feeding warm weather north to us, and low pressure out in the coast that's feeding warm weather up to us. I think the lightning just hit his crane. Very close. You think about the old wives' tale is 1 second per mile. That's patently false. So if you see the lightning and you hear the thunder, every second is roughly 330 meters. So about, you know, roughly 3 seconds or so, you have about 1 kilometer plus. So if you count to 6 and then hear the thunder, that's 2,000 meters away or so. That's the speed of sound, right? Speed of sound is not 1 mile per second. That would be extremely fast. The Unbelievable is a really great channel. Go subscribe to it. This is Ohio, and the winds are ripping the wires off the transformer. Yeah, get out of there. Fire department's showing up. There's not a whole lot you can do at the moment. Well, there goes the power. The trees are really the scariest place to be when it's windy. People go take shelter under trees all the time. It's a bad idea, always. They have tornadoes in Russia. Oh, look it's Meowie. Of course it is. He always shows up when I'm on camera. That is a lightning strike in China. That must be the craziest thing anyone's ever seen. You don't mess with lightning. One bolt of lightning can like power the city of Toronto for 5 years if we could harness its energy. There's multiple angles people caught that one. Yeah, don't drive into this. You see this? Stop. This person's still going though. You gotta stop before you're into that. Again, don't hide underneath the trees. That tree just ripped up from the roots. Sometimes I've seen winds so strong that every tree is gonna either be snapped or ripped at the roots. Roofs coming off. Airplanes, surprisingly safe. Lightning just goes right through it. Holy. You got debris like that flying, you need to get somewhere safer at this point. People are panicking in disbelief, but that's some crazy looking hailstones. Now this tree's going down. It was on a high place, kinda. Looks like in an area of prevailing winds. But they must have figured it wasn't gonna land on a house more likely than not if it ever came down. Dude. Yeah, I guess so. Winds tearing a building apart. So there's been discussion I saw lately, like, can a tornado destroy a skyscraper? Well, you know, and one of the things the guy was saying was that we don't know every building's flaws and weaknesses, so some may survive something that others won't. Okay, you guys, you got a tornado going on, and you're only now starting to react. This thing is ripping. Those are fast wind speeds. You can unbelievably fast. And when lightning strikes things explode. You don't want to be near trees sometimes. Look at that, shards of wood just flying off. Boom! Shakalaka. Holy, I'd have no idea what's going on there. That's a swimming pool, and a guy's trying to stop. For some reason, he's trying to protect that furniture. He values the furniture more than his life. He's lucky. Again, trees coming down. Make sure you look around your property ahead of time and figure which way do the prevailing winds come from most likely. Wow, how that tree came apart. What the heck is going on here? Chunks of ductwork flying. This truck being pushed backwards into a car. Strong winds. Oh boy. There's a building in Russia. Built really well. You know, you're not in a safe place. You're filming that. You're not in a safe place. And I'm bad for it. I mean, how many videos do I have with lightning strikes happening close? Even the Philippines gets tornadoes. And they especially get, you know, really powerful storms, right? Superstorms. So we get the storm surge. The wind's blowing across. It's blowing inland. It's blowing across the water. And it's pushing all the water towards the shoreline. Here's a water spout. They're frequently seen and filmed. They come ashore sometimes. They're usually not powerful like a tornado. We saw a video yesterday of the one I produced earlier of the person screaming in their vehicle from the tornado. That was an example of a water spout coming ashore. Always keep an eye on when it says major hail expected in the weather today. But you know, a lot of people are just expected to go live their life the same every day. Go to work, come home. They're on a schedule. St. Louis, Missouri Airport, in yesterday's video, or the other video I made today, I made it last night but published it today. So there's some images from this tornado on that video. Airport got hit, and surprisingly, no one was killed. 3 airplanes on the tarmac, it said. Boom! Oh, look at that. That tree just came apart. Another example of missiles flying in the air. Here's some missiles flying in the air. You can tell by the shape of that debris that a house has been hit. So automatically, if you're seeing a tornado throwing debris, try to get a look at the shape of the debris. Is it granulated and small? This is Virginia, and we suddenly have it's like a plow wind or something, or a gust front. Perhaps the leading edge of the storm. Always very strong winds at the gust front at the as that front face of that storm comes in. In Puerto Rico, they tie their trampolines down. There's a certain point at which I wouldn't be driving in it, unless I was chasing it, I guess.
Oh my gosh! We are out of power, bro.
Oh my gosh, we're out of power, bro. Wowzers. Water shooting up from the street. That is not ever a good sign you want to see. That means water's coming. And a lot of it. The sailboggin. Let's check this guy out. Regina, Saskatchewan, and he's on the sailboggin. Sailboggin around. That didn't go very well, but go get your sailboggin. Now he's running with garbage bags. That's just getting just enough. Looks like it's really windy and slippery. Lower your center of gravity. Oh no, don't do the splits. People, there's carnage. People just falling everywhere. It's chaos. You got this, guy. Get your sailboggin out. Who puts these roofs on these buildings? I mean, some of them look pretty quick to come off. Whoa! Oh, it just sails off like a... So here's a good reason to retire in Florida. This never happens 3 times in a year, just twice. This man lift is going to get lifted by the storm. If there was a man in it, then it would be like a double man lift. Can you believe that? It's just whoa! It's alive. Do not oppress me. Wow, she's coming down. Oh boy, that's tornado on the ground. Here's some Russians struggling, and we like to see that. So anyways, thanks for coming around my channel. I hope you find my videos fun and interesting, and I'll start making more focused videos in time, but I'm, like I say, just playing around right now and trying to get better at using some different software than I've been using and trying to expand my abilities. And stay tuned, more awesome content on this channel all the time. Thanks for subscribing. Bye for now.